Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Listen between two beers.
Hello, love wrestling. It is 8 p.m. It is Thursday night. And y'all know what that means.
What does it mean, JPJ? Tell them what it means.
It is the 150th episode of Between.
Boom. We made it.
You're here.
We made it to 150.
150. Who would have known? Who would have known?
Who would have thought some crazy kids like us pissing the boss off, spending his money, being reckless with the budget would be at 150 episodes of this thing.
Quite a time. But
what a time to be alive.
If you are here, give us a thumbs up over on the YouTubes. If we get to 25 of those suckers at some point throughout this show,
25 likes.
25 likes on the YouTube. That's what we're looking for.
I'll tell you what the next
we'll break
LPW...
some news, and we'll break an LPW 25 match. We'll announce an LPW 25 match. So tell your friends, tell them to get in here. We're looking for 25 likes. We got Scott in the chat already. Our boy Omar's in the chat. We do have Quizplex following us tonight. The whole gang of 7 on the episode of Quizplex tonight.
Interesting.
So
I don't know what to do there
until the top of the hour.
You got Thad, you got Mars, you got Jack Pride, you got
they're all going to be there.
TJ Cannon. I love all of those guys, but I'm gonna be there producing, so you'll get to see my mug on Quizplex again because Spencer's busy.
Spencer's in my neck of the woods. I had an afternoon with Spencer.
Yes, Spenny Love's out there.
He's in the
States.
He's in the Bean Town.
In the States. Is he throwing tea into the harbor?
Well, I saw that he posted today. He went to the Cheers. He went to Cheers. The show Cheers is based out of a bar in Boston.
Yeah.
And Ophelia saying that her and Sully will be causing chaos in the peanut gallery as they always do with their points and whatever. Speaking of that,
that's a great segue. With Ophelia and Ryan have already started to donate super chats to their favorite 7-star, and like we always do on this program on Quizplex Night. If you want to donate us a super chat on the Beards End, we will take those super chats and give them to a member of the contestants in Quizplex because it always goes out for a good cause. And on top of it, your question or statement gets read on the air. So if you want to donate super chats on Beards, we're going to hand them over to Quizplex and help them out. And then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. 25 of them things. And we'll announce
we're already at 11. We're already at 11.
Yeah, we're already almost there.
We're already at 11.
Yeah, Omar saying producer Pluggo. I'm going to try.
If we get to 25 likes, we will announce a match, another match for LPW 25. Next week, Pluggo, it's episode 151 of Between Two Beards, baby. And we'll be celebrating that sucker. And it's also
Rum
the
51.
NFL draft.
Yeah, we're
It's
gonna be our
also the
draft
NFL
draft extravaganza. We're talking
Pluggo was
WWE
trying to say
draft.
right there is yes, because the next night, yes. So it's a tradition. This will be our third annual NFL draft watch along. Usually we talk wrestling throughout, you know.
I'd invite Sullivan if he'd stop calling me Pluggo. Pluggalo.
Sullivan was on my short list to see what he was doing. To
Keep
see if he
running
wanted
his
to come on
mouth.
for the But we'll be watching the NFL draft as we often do. We'll be staying on throughout the duration. It's our longest episode of the year.
That's right.
But the next night on SmackDown is night 1 of the WWE draft. And then the following Monday on Raw is the culmination, night 2 of the WWE draft. So it's going to be our Between Two Beards draft extravaganza next week. We're going to have WWE mock drafts we're going to be doing.
That's right.
So if Sullivan is available, if people are available,
we're just going to have pretty much an open house draft party.
It's going to be, you pop in, you talk some NFL draft. We're going to be doing because they've made it clear that NXT is part of this draft. It is a 3-brand draft. Main roster stars will go to NXT. NXT stars will go to the main roster.
I think they should.
We're going to have ourselves a mock draft is what we're going to do.
And then,
we're going to do.
All right, I'm going to have to stop you there. I know we're short on time today because it is Quizplex night.
Sullivan right now?
But listen, Sullivan, I'm producing Quizplex. I've got the numbers right here. If let's just say a certain number of your super chats go to Ophelia because you're talking shit. Oops.
Well, no, we're good.
Talking stuff.
You can't say the other one. You can't say the other one.
You're talking stuff. I might accidentally misplace a super chat here or there on Quizplex, Mr. Sullivan, but we love you anyway. Mark Order Pod. Go check out our friends at the Mark Order Pod.
Yeah.
And the Collider Cast on Saturdays for Collision. Hells yeah. Affiliate draft based on the I will draft based on the best uniforms. Affiliate,
if you want to give us a power ranking, if you want to send me or Pluggo a power ranking of your NFL jerseys, we will run that shit on here. We will go through your whole list.
We will let you come on
here next week. Shit. Yeah, well, you can come on for your segment. We'll go.
And Lawrence saying, "Sup, nerds? Sup, Lawrence?
What's going on, Lawrence?
Lawrence is the man, the
myth."
Last
time I checked, the person that we pay for our legal advice shouldn't be insulting us in the chat.
He gets paid.
Other than that, how are you, Lawrence?
150 episodes. He's kept us out of hot water a few times.
Does that give him the right to call us nerds? Hell no, it doesn't.
I don't know. I was gonna say. That's
all I'm saying.
So yeah, next week's gonna be a big one. So we're gonna have pretty much an open house
extravaganza.
That's right. And it's the day before my birthday.
We're going to be celebrating Pluggo's birthday. Then the next week, guess what? The next week, May 2nd, it's my birthday.
And we got
not Dwayne's. It's my birthday.
Not the final boss. And we have
Dwayne doesn't matter that day as much as me. It's my birthday.
Right.
We're going to have a live show on a Thursday on my birthday.
It's because he never says happy birthday back to you. But the second is your birthday. That'll also be Backlash Nut Week. And we have a potential Backlash Week.
Oh, I thought you said Backlash Nut Week. And I was like, what does that mean?
Nutty Backlash, baby. But basically, and then we also have a potential guest lined up for that show, which will be cool. We'll announce it closer to the date just to make sure that everything's locked in. But it'll be a first timer. We'll say that.
An exciting one at that.
An exciting
Chaos
one.
King popping in the chat. Congratulate. Thank you. We appreciate
we'll put that
it.
on the street. Yeah.
We wouldn't have the 150 if it weren't for the gang in the chat and the people that pop in here every week.
Not for sure. We're at 14 likes, guys. If we can get 11 more.
If we get
by 9 o'clock.
50 minutes. Yeah. We got about 50 minutes. We'll probably get out of here a couple minutes early because Pluggo has the producer duties over there. But we want to thank everybody. 150. You know, that's pretty wild. It's almost 3 years that Pluggo and I have been doing this. I don't think either of us thought that maybe we'd be doing this for 3 years when we signed up for it. But it's been a fun time. And
I suggested 2 likes in our pre-show production.
it's true.
I thought
Well, Spencer kind of was like, "Hey, incentivize it." And we're like, "Okay, well, how many likes?" And he's like, "I don't care.
Whatever
so
you want."
Said 2 likes, and then it was like,
then everybody's like, maybe a few more.
Yeah, maybe. No, but we'll get there. We have
but basically, in 150 episodes, big deal. We're at 150. That means in 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, it'll be our 3-year anniversary. No, 6 weeks.
Longest relationship I've ever had, Pluggo.
Dude, I'm telling you. So we'll go big for that. But like I said, we only have the hour tonight. We always respect Quizplex because Quizplex is a flagship show as well. But I'm holding you guys strong. I want that 25 likes, or I'm not announcing shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. We were gonna stand by it. I don't care if we get 24. It ain't happening.
Yeah, but we got a guy chilling in
here's
the green
thing.
room.
Obviously, last night was AEW Dynamite, big AEW pay-per-view this Sunday night. You were at AEW Dynamite. It was your first ever time attending an AEW show.
First timer, baby.
Yeah. I do a show on Sunday mornings with our buddy Drew Nicholas called Firmly AEW, where we dive into mainly AEW. And this Sunday, the show is going to be more based around Dynasty. So I had the idea of, you were at Dynamite. Let's have Drew hop on. We'll talk about your experience at your first ever AEW show. Talk through Dynamite a little bit, kind of like a Firmly AEW review of it here. And that way Sunday can kind of be reserved for mainly anything of importance on Collision and Dynasty. But some news about Dynasty, Pluggo, before we got Drew on here. You and I did a little fun thing this morning where we filmed, because we only had the hour, but we wanted to give the people what we think what Dynasty is going to be, the Between Two Beards version of it. So we had a buddy on. And we're going to be releasing something Saturday morning on the Love Wrestling YouTube. Another preview pick show with revolving around Dynasty, so that should be good too. Well,
with Tanner Lee of the Kicking Out podcast.
All right, I didn't know if we were saving it.
We'll just tell him who it is. That's fine.
Yeah, it was with Tanner Lee of the Kicking Out Pod. He joined us for a little over an hour or so. We talked some Dynasty, so that'll be out on Saturday.
Yeah,
and then me and Drew are going to firmly AEW it on Sunday. That's what we're doing.
Mrs. Pluggo has put up with this show for 150 episodes. She's a better person than I am.
Well, you know who's a better person than both of us, Pluggo, and that's Drew Nicholas.
Claudio said it. Is that Claudio Castagnoli right there? Oh yeah, it's
hell of a main event last night. If it is, hell of a main event last night, sir.
Yeah, well done, Claudio.
Hell of a main event.
Yeah.
But Drew,
what's up, Drew?
How we doing? How are you?
I'm doing well. I just want to start first of all by my volume's okay, right?
Yeah, it's always okay.
So I wanted to start out by apologizing to Blair because
I threw the invite out to Blair. On the record, I told Pluggo, on the record, I said, hey, if you want to let Blair know as well, he's welcome. God forbid.
I just feel bad that I've been on the show so much lately and he hasn't been one. And I'm glad to know that he was at least sent an invite.
He was. He is recording. He had a recording session with a local talent.
In the same message.
And he did say when he finishes up, he might pop in. Justice.
I agree, affiliate. Justice for Blair. 100%.
For those that don't know, Blair is my co-host on Saturday mornings. Drew is JPJ's co-host on Sunday mornings somehow.
I was needling at him a little bit last time.
I am still waiting for the Quizplex episode where it is for Exposure versus Firmly AEW.
So fun fact, friends,
I am ready for that episode whenever we want to do it.
I'm ready. If like I said, I think Zach fears beards. You know what I just realized, guys? We're 6 likes away from our goal of announcing that FPW match.
Right, I'm one of those.
But guess what I didn't do? I didn't upload the photo, so let me do that.
What a fool. Anyway.
I thought somebody else did. I got you.
I was going to go to you first, bro, because I want to hear how your experience.
Well, let's do that. I got time. We can do that. Everything's good. Okay. So I went.
That was your first ever time going to an AEW show ever.
Yes. Every time they come around, it just hasn't kind of worked out. This week, Mrs. Pluggo was on vacation, so we had a sitter lined up Pretty nice. The boys at Kicking Out Pod were giving away tickets, and I didn't win the contest. I told them I didn't win, but the winner that they had lined up fell through, and they said, "Hey, do you want to go? You were interested in going?" And I said, "I'm in." So I drove down to Indianapolis last night and took in my first ever Dynamite experience. Very interesting. Culp's in the house.
Good to see you.
What's
buddy.
up, Culp Sports Corner? I'm glad he's feeling better. He had major surgery last week, and it was a success for the most part. And he got married this week. Congratulations!
Wow,
surgery and
congratulations.
My goodness.
my man, best decision he's ever made. I will tell you this: my first thought was, yeah, they got to do something about that merch setup. They put it right at the front door. It's one table. It was clogging the to get in, to get out thing. But other than that, I had a good time. I had good seats. You could see me. JPJ was yelling at me saying, just watch the show, because I was waving to the big screen.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I was right there, dude. I had to get some shine.
Bro, and watch the show, will you? Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Overall good though, like from somebody who's been at gone to both, like I love the energy in the crowd. At least it came through on television that the crowd brought it last night. That crowd was pumped.
Speaking of which, met this guy right here, the 3 Count Wrestling Pod. Go check him out, doing good stuff. Yeah. Got to meet him in line, and yeah, I had a good time. The crowd was pumped. It's obviously, I think, if I'm being honest and I'm being objective, it's true. There is. It's not a full house, but there was a smaller venue, so it filled out pretty good. There were some empty seats, but I had fun. The vibe was good. The crowd was hyped. The matches were fun. We got a lot of cool stuff. I had a good time. I thought the Indianapolis crowd, I don't know how it played on TV because I haven't watched it back yet, but we were going, man. We were hyped up.
It came.
Yeah, it sure seemed like it. I thought you got a pretty damn good episode of Dynamite, to be honest.
I think so too. I didn't expect to see Swerve when they said he was just going to talk. I didn't expect to see that at the end. When Swerve says, "I'm going to call you out in the ring tonight," I'm like, "Oh damn, here we go."
Yeah.
It wasn't it was great to meet you too, and it was an amazing show. I had a good time. I thought the show, obviously, Jericho and Hook, get away from Hook, pushing Taz. Didn't need that, but no, we got Ospreay and Claudio. Absolutely ruled that trios match with the Elite and Penta, Pac, and I'm already blanking on the name. My God, what's wrong with me? Penta, Pac, and who else was it?
Daniel Garcia.
Thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good show. And then Copeland basically in the handicap match. That went well. Willow Nightingale. We got Mercedes to come out. I thought that was the best use of Mercedes since she's debuted.
I thought so too.
I really enjoyed it. I had a really fun time. I did leave into the ROH taping though, just because I had to get the jump back, and it was a long day. It was a very long day, so I didn't catch all of the ROH stuff, but I got to see the Ruby Soho announcement.
Oh, you saw that? Cool.
Yeah, they recorded it there, or they taped it there. So that was kind of cool because Ruby's from around the way, so she got a huge pop.
Yeah,
I thought it was fun. And Tony Khan came out. He comes out all the time.
He does.
He's got to work on that a little bit though, because sometimes he's just like so fast and over the top with it. But it's nice to see. It's good that he's a fan. But I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, I couldn't understand what you just said, Tony.
But yeah, very excited on that.
But I really enjoyed it. There was this one really cool moment. I don't think anybody saw it on TV, and I know Tanner and I talked to JPJ about it this morning. But like, there was this kid at the corner of the barricade, and he had an AEW figure, and he kept trying to get any AEW guy to sign, anybody to sign it. Like, and nobody would really sign it because maybe it wasn't them, or if they were heels, they would. I think it was like Anthony Ogogo like slapped it out of the kid's hand and it fell. So I don't know if this was like a thing that they had planned or how it was working, but like Ospreay comes out, does his entrance, and then I don't know how it played again on TV, if they went in between his entrance to a vignette or to a commercial, because the arena went black. And then he sneaks out of the ring, goes and signs that kid's figure, and then lets him put on his coat. So good guy Will Ospreay, the face of the company, right? He's doing the baby face things. He's over as hell. That kid knew the assignment when he got that figure slapped out of his hand. He flipped off whoever it was. That, I think it was
he
the
did.
Go-Go.
He gave him a bird.
And everybody was like, "Yeah, get him!" So I had a good time. I had a really fun experience with AEW. The seats were great. I can't thank Tanner and the Kicking Out podcast crew enough for letting me hang with them and taking me out there and getting my first AEW show in the books, man.
Hell yeah.
AEW shows are just fun. They really
It's
are
just a
fun
good time.
to go to. They're fun to be in the the environment. And WWE has gotten much better.
Oh yeah.
Much better. Because I went to a SmackDown 2 years ago and it was dead in the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd was hyped. Like I said, we got Moxley. He walked right past where I was sitting. You couldn't. I was like a row up, but I don't know if you could see me. But yeah, he walked right past us. I feel you saying that's wonderful. Yeah, it was really nice. Like Ospreay is embracing all of it. He's playing to the crowd. 3 count pod saying Ospreay is awesome. Absolutely, dude's awesome. Match ruled.
I spoke a little bit about it when we were chatting with Tanner earlier today, but I was like, Ospreay, and I've said it a few times on Firmly, and I've said it everywhere, really, but like, I knew he was one of the best wrestlers in the world when he was coming over to AEW. Like, I had seen a handful of his matches, probably. I knew he was one of the best in the world. He has exceeded my expectations. Leaps and bounds has exceeded my expectations since he's shown up in AEW in all aspects. Like, I already view him as like, he should be the main face of the company type, like already. Especially on the mic. The way he can cut a babyface promo is, I did not know he was as good at it as he has been. I saw him cut a promo. We didn't see him wrestle in Boston when they were there just around for big business, but he cut a promo. And that crowd was feeding off of, including me, feeding off of every word that guy was saying. Like you could feel the energy in the room, like captivated by this guy. He has been, like I said, he has exceeded every one of my expectations since he's been over here. He is incredible. And he has a match on Sunday against Bryan Danielson that is, I don't even know if we can fathom how good of a wrestling match that's going to be. And there's about 3 or 4 other matches. And Drew, you and I will talk about this in depth on Sunday. But there's like, I would say 4 matches on that card right now that are match of the year, could be match of the year type caliber matches. Like this pay-per-view is sizing up to be an all-timer for AEW. And I think they kind of need it to be. I think they need it right now.
You noticed yesterday, I don't know, again, I couldn't tell on commentary or anything like that, but there wasn't any shots to the other side. I think they said their piece last week and did their reactions to what was said. And this week they focused in again, like you said, they've got this Dynasty card, and it still blows my mind that there's people that are like, this company is trash, nothing's good. This card has got some banger matches on it, and it's going to be a good time. And I think if they just focus in on that and that alone, take your shots, have your fun. But last night was a good, Moxley cut that passionate promo at the beginning, and it's like, yes, he's the man. He's like, I would run through a brick wall if I was in that locker room for John Moxley.
Let's talk about that a little bit. That started the show. Good to see him back. He hadn't been there for a little bit. Newly crowned IWGP heavyweight champion, the first ever wrestler to be the WWE champion, the AEW champion, and the IWGP heavyweight champion. He shows up looking good, has the belt, crowd is amped up, ready to go, and he does cut a pretty passionate promo. It was rah-rah, but not over the top rah-rah. But it was as rah-rah as John Moxley's going to get. You know what I mean? And he just talked about how, people have been betting against him his whole life, and look at him now and look where he is. And like, you see him cut a promo like that. And like, they have the, they got the pillars, they got these people that are like top, you got these. Moxley's the standard bearer of AEW, and he's that guy. He's that guy. And a promo like that, what we saw last night, proves to me that that's why he is that guy. Like that, he's everything that's the type of promo, and you had mentioned it earlier when we were recording with Tanner, like they had Edge go out there a couple weeks ago and cut a rah promo. And I thought that promo was fine. I didn't hate it like some people did, but like this one to me felt way more like, yeah, this is the promo that AEW kind of needed this guy to give. He's the first get. He showed up at the first Double or Nothing. He was the first, holy crap, John Moxley, like Dean Ambrose was here. Holy crap. Oh my God. Like he was the first one. And he's been there through it all. And he's been a leader through it all. I thought it was a good promo by him. And then we get him and Hobbs beating the shit out of each other next week on Dynamite. Like, sign me up, dude. Sign me up. Big time. Drew, how'd you like this Moxley promo that started the show?
I agree. I think this was a much more needed promo versus Copeland's promo. Only because on that same show they did the, they did more shots and stuff. So sorry, this cat's just gonna be.
Why does Drew look like a very evil tribalistic villain? Where he's like, this Moxley promo blew everything that WWE's ever done out of the water.
Well, before Drew leaves tonight, I know we have limited time. He started to watch the WWE a little bit, and I did want to talk a smidge WWE a little bit later, like right as we're getting out of here, because that Sami Zayn entrance on Raw, we need to talk about that. But I thought it was a great little thing with Moxley to start the show, and then we went into this was a match that I'm not the biggest mixed tag person, but when they do a mixed tag well, I think it can work. Like, I like that mixed tag challenge that WWE did the first couple times before they stopped caring about it. But I'm all for it. And I was looking forward to this mixed tag match with Adam Copeland and Willow. And then they play the angle where Willow gets attacked. And so it ended up being a handicap match for the majority, or really just a one-on-one match, really, for the majority of it, because Julia Hart wasn't used a ton. She was distracting and using, to get.
Why didn't Brody just tag in Julia and then get the count-out victory?
I mean, that's a good question to ask. I guess we should probably ask Brody King that.
Yeah, Brody. Just tag in Julia. Willow gets 10 counted out and you're done.
Eventually, Willow does come back, and it's an actual mixed tag match for a few minutes, and then Julia Hart ends up cheating and hitting Willow with her with the chain, and she ends up submitting a passed out Willow Nightingale, and they get the win heading into Dynasty. But I thought this was really good. I thought this match was really good, even though I was looking forward to a standard mixed tag match. I've been enjoying Adam Copeland lately. I've been enjoying his work here with AEW, and I like what's going on. And I thought this was another pretty good match. Drew,
what is going on with Drew's cat? Is he like green screen?
That's a green screen behind Drew.
Oh, that's a green screen behind Drew. It's like his cat keeps disappearing on me. And Chaos King saying LA Knight. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
There it is. Oh, look at it. Oh, adorable kitty.
Oh.
So I thought this was really good. We do see Willow though get attacked before the match, and ties in with what happened to Mercedes the week before. Mercedes had a little promo on here where I thought it was a good promo. She was angry, she was upset, and I do agree with you, Pluggo, when she came out after this with the chair. I do think this was the best she's looked on that end of things. We haven't seen her get physical a ton, but I thought this was really good. And then
I just felt so much more comfortable in that promo that she cut, and then we got to see her do a little bit of something. So she just felt more of her vibe.
Yeah,
so that's what I liked.
Yeah, I agree. Drew, what did you think of kind of everything that went down here with Willow getting injured, the match, and kind of the aftermath of Mercedes?
So when we talked last week on Firmly AEW, I didn't anticipate potentially other people getting beat down and attacked.
Yeah.
And Mercedes said it in her promo about, it's Julia Hart, or is it somebody that wants me to think it's Julia Hart?
That's where I tend to think this is going. So
we talked about that on Sunday. And
we did.
It would be perfect for it
to
to now be Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander.
Sure.
Yes, for sure.
That she takes out her partner, who she thinks is her friend. I said on Sunday. And then she's been on Mercedes' side, and Mercedes thinks that she didn't. Well, she said, "Oh yeah, well it could be somebody making me think it's Julia Hart." I kind of wish that didn't. I kind of wish that they just had her think it was Julia Hart the whole time.
Yeah,
this way that. Actually, it's Chris Statlander. Could have been more of a gut punch for her.
Mm-hmm.
But it's certainly going to be a gut punch for Willow now.
Yep. And I that's where I'm leaning. I do think this is Chris Statlander. I thought it was after. I could just very easily see it being Stokely and Statlander kind of break away from this little friendship that they've had with all these people. And I think it being Chris Statlander would be a lot of fun. I think it would be a lot of fun. I thought that was really good. Well, you know what I loved was the Young Bucks cutting off the FTR vignette.
Hold on.
What?
It took a second, but this is what I want. If it is in fact Chris Statlander, like the two of you said, if we want continuity in our storylines, Chris Statlander has to beat down Willow Nightingale dressed like this. Am I correct?
That's a great pull right there.
She's a Ben Stiller fan. She dresses in the dodgeball gear, the Zoolander gear. We need her for the villain from Heavyweights. If Statlander, if you see this and you're not dressed like this when you are revealed to be the one who messed up Willow Knight,
what is it?
Tony Perkins, baby.
Tony Perkins, yes.
The Perkins system, Stat. If you're watching and you're not dressed like that, you have missed the mark, my friend. Come on, Stat. Give us what we want.
If anybody in the chat or even you, Drew, if you have not seen the 90s comedy Heavyweights, do yourself a favor.
I need to do that, yeah.
Schedule 2 hours for yourself. I don't even think it's that long because it's a 90s movie where they respected time, people's times. Not every movie was 2.5 to 3.5 hours long. We're human beings. Anyway, go watch Heavyweights. That's an
I've never even heard of this movie.
Oh,
what?
I believe Ben Stiller. I also believe Ben Stiller might have directed it. I want to say he directed it.
Possibly.
No, he didn't.
He didn't direct it. I thought he had something to do
It's
with
a
more than
Disney
just acting.
movie,
Maybe he
so
wrote
maybe.
I'm looking at it on Google right now.
It's a 90s. It's a funny movie. It's a comedy movie, but it's about a fat camp basically where heavyweight kids would go to like do activities and have fun. And it used to be a camp where like the parents thought they were going to like a camp to help them lose weight and be responsible and stuff like that. But it ends up just being a fun camp where they go like go-karts and whatever. And Ben Stiller's character, Tony Perkins, buys the camp.
Yep.
And he's making it like he's making a
infomercial.
He's making an infomercial trying to actually make all these kids look like they have to wake up at 5 a.m. to go on hikes and like work out and they're just trying to sabotage them the whole. It's fucked.
Kenan Thompson.
Yeah, a little Kenan Thompson. He's in there. Yeah. It's like a very ragtag 90s crew of like a bunch of people.
Goldberg, the kid who plays
Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks. He's in that one.
If we want to keep down the rabbit hole, guys,
keep going.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe if I can get this to
Jerry
work.
Stiller? Oh my god.
Yeah, Jerry Stiller's in there.
Yeah, it's a good movie, dude. It's such a classic.
I watch it.
It's a classic. We watch it every so often. I watch it. If I don't know if I can get this to work. Maybe not. But yeah. Anyway, that's the goal, right? Like if you're gonna beat her up, you gotta go with Tony Perkins dressed. You gotta be in the suit. The Perkins system. You gotta do it.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I'm very interested in watching this movie now.
You should. I think you'll enjoy it.
You definitely should. Do you have Disney Plus, Drew?
Yes, I do.
It's on Disney Plus. It's a
Disney
good,
Plus.
it's a
Right-
great
right there for
movie.
You will not
It's a-
regret it. I assure you, you will not regret it. You said the 6-man was very enjoyable. I thought it was too. Obviously live there for you, Pluggo.
Yeah, it
thought
was very good live. I had a
Okay,
great
so
time with that.
What is it
match.
like watching Daniel Garcia's corner spot on the turnbuckle live? Because I need to see that live one day.
It's good.
I think Drew wants to be in the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
I'm
There
not
was
gonna-
there was
I'm
a
definitely-
lot
those are
of
your words, not mine.
there was a
Your
lot of
I did not say that.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that. He said that, not me. Not me.
There
He
was
said, nope.
there was I'll say this. There was a talk. They talked a lot about grinding last week on Dynamite. There was a lot of actual grinding to faces in this match, more than I anticipated. And
Sure was.
yeah, it looked like a lot of fun for the people involved. And I really enjoyed. On a side note, I really enjoyed the. I'm not gonna lie. I get them both confused sometimes. Nick pulling the mic, or was it Matt? It was
Yeah.
Matt.
Matt. No, Matt did
Matt,
the Booker
yeah.
T bringing
Yeah.
the mic in there when he was
Yep,
wrestling.
yep.
With, yeah.
And he was calling the match,
The
and he
back
called it,
suplex.
and he called it down the middle. He was like, "Come
Yeah.
on, guys! Oh shit! Oh!" Like I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought for sure they were going to give Daniel Garcia a performance review.
Oh, that would have
They
been
should-
fun.
They should like when they were about to
Oh,
beat.
yeah.
They're about to beat. This is your performance review. But
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought that was a super fun match.
And I'll tell you, they are really high on Daniel Garcia to have done
Oh, yeah.
that with him after the match.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really, really happy for that. Not happy that he got, that he was being attacked, but happy that the EVPs think very highly of him to put him in a spot like that.
Oh,
Agreed.
definitely. And he's when they come to Buffalo, that's another thing they do in the arena. When they're promoting all the matches and all the shows coming up, he's dead center in the Buffalo, New York graphic. Obviously, that's where he's from. But if he wasn't so, if they didn't think so highly of him, they wouldn't put him.
Is that over the summer, that show?
It's in sometime in May.
Oh, it's in May. Oh, darn.
But yeah, no, it was.
I would've went, probably.
Those pants were sparkly. He was over. The crowd loved him.
Mm-hmm. We all love it. Who doesn't?
That was a
love
great
it?
spot to be. I'm super excited that Pac is back. I was hoping in that moment we would have got FTR to come out and make a save. Maybe they weren't available, but Pac being there with the hammer was fun. Okada rules.
Stopping before the match when they stopped that video package.
Oh my
That
God.
was so funny.
Classic.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's the type of stuff that I love. Like,
Yeah. And they're
the-
right next to
the bad
Tony in the
guys.
back, and they're like, "Yep, all right, cue our music. Cue our music. We're getting out of here."
Now, I have one criticism about it though. Now Tony kind of like made it a little better with his comments today on the press conference. Not the press conference, the media call that they did about Dynasty, where he's like, "Oh, they should." I don't remember what word he used, but he said something to the effect of, "They should be ashamed of themselves for firing Kenny Omega." Something to that effect.
Yeah.
When they've shown him in the shot with the EVPs, with the headsets on, he doesn't look very upset or distraught about the things that they're doing and saying.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like just sitting there plain faced
Yeah.
and then just like turns to them and has a conversation with them as if they're not bad guys. I
Yeah.
kind of wish that it was just like him mean mugging them and just being like, I don't want to talk to you. You guys are
Yeah.
being, assholes right now. I kind of wish it was like that.
Yeah.
That's like
And then you
my
had
one
Oka-
criticism about that.
And then you had Okada. What did he say? That he was basically going to kill Pac.
Yeah, and he's
Like-
just sitting right there.
I'm gonna kill this man.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm going to kill you," or like he basically says that. And let me tell you, the look. I mentioned this when we were chatting with Tanner earlier. When Okada comes out of the middle, that first initial look on his face, just that look of disgust, when he's kind of like, he's just kind of looking to the both sides, and he just has a look on his face like, why am I here? I shouldn't have to be here.
You pieces of shit in Indiana. Get out of here. I'm Okada.
It's just like that look of like, man, he's like, oh my God, you're just so disgusted to be there. And it's amazing. And them turning him heel immediately like this blew, like I was not expecting that to happen at all. And
Hey, boss.
Hey, boss, what's going on? I had never seen him as a heel before and all that stuff. So like at first I was like, oh man, but it's been a home run, dude. The grand slam. They have knocked it out of the park. Like it is so good. And again, we talked about there's like 4 matches that could be match of the him versus Pac. You can make an argument it's like the 3rd or 4th best match on the card. And that is insane because it's Kazuchika Okada versus Pac.
That's
like
a
it's
main
gonna be
eventer
insane.
somewhere.
Easy. And it's literally like the 3rd or 4th best match on the card. That is stupid. How good this pay-per-view has a chance of being on something. Like that is stupid. Really, really like
there isn't. And honestly, there isn't.
They've added some more matches. I think now there's like 12 or 13 or something like that. But that initial graphic of the first 8 to 10, like
I'm not actually not looking forward to any of the matches.
Yeah.
This was the first card in a while where I'm like,
very good.
Even
It's a very good card. And what about this poll? If we could get Statlander dressed like this Ben Stiller?
What movie is that from?
Happy Gilmore. Oh, Willow, your fingers hurt?
Oh, your fingers hurt.
Oh, Willow. Well, Arts and Crafts just got extended by 4 hours, and now you're doing landscaping duty.
Because now your back's going to hurt.
Now your back's going to hurt, Willow.
Can I have a glass of warm milk? What's that? Can I have a glass of warm milk? You can have a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep.
Hi.
Or I will put you to sleep.
Blair!
Blair is here.
This dichotomy right here.
Blair is here. Look, we already
side
have it set up. Look at that, huh? We didn't even do that on purpose.
I love this. Hi, Blair.
Zach, yes, we have met our like goal. We are at 30 likes right now, so we will be revealing.
Did we hit 30?
Yeah, we're at 30 right now.
Last I checked, we had 23. What's up?
Well, my thing says 30.
Yep, we got 30.
There. So we will be revealing an LPW 25 match.
It's because I showed up.
I don't see it. Is it on there? It's on there. All right, hold on. Let's finish Dynamite, and then we will reveal. We'll do our reveal.
Yeah, we'll definitely, and we can reveal it with Blair in the house. I don't know,
yes,
Blair.
We will reveal.
I've only got a few brief minutes. Just it's a run by fruiting to pop in. So
that's fair.
To quote the great Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes,
that's a good movie.
Pluggo, you can let it out. We're going to talk about Chris Jericho and Hook right now. That's what we're going to talk about.
Listen,
quickly, we're going to talk about Chris Jericho and Hook. Lay it all out.
What about this Ben Stiller from Anchorman?
Is our whole thing just going to be littered with Ben Stiller pictures? Like I'm going to have to delete 19 Ben Stiller pictures.
Listen, I just want Chris Statlander to do it right, okay? Ben Stiller villain. She's got 3 options here, Stat. Do us right. Anyway, yes, Hook needs to stay away from Jericho. He looked cool. He looked badass. He was eating them chips. Jericho doing the learning tree thing. I actually said in the arena, it might be okay. It might be all right, but I don't want him to do that with Hook. Go do that with like Angelo, Cool Hand Ange or something. Again, run that back. Stay away from my sweet baby Hook. You bum. Anyway, and I tried last night to start a no means no chant.
I was going to say one thing we can all assure is that Chris Jericho needs to learn how to take no. So
what about you, Blair? What do you think about it? What do you think about this Jericho stuff?
Look, my first thought was if somebody shoved my dad, I'm not waiting to get in their face. I'm tackling them to the ground. Like it is on.
Dude.
Yeah. But I know Hook has that like brooding kind of like, yo, I'm too cool for this. So like, I get it, but come on.
Brutal. I knew it too. Like, obviously they've been beating us over the head with the fact that Jericho was going to lean towards turning heel soon with this whole thing. But once Taz was in the ring for it, I was like, ooh. I was like, Taz is going to get. I'm like, Taz is going to get a beating. Now they only did really the shove a little bit, and he can, because Taz can't really physically do anything like that could mess up his neck more. But it's just like,
this was also the first time that he was really like obviously being a heel.
yes,
Like the way that he was talking. There's a couple of copyrights that he is.
he called Shibata collateral damage.
Tree.
Right? You say that was just Shibata was just collateral damage.
Yeah. Shibata, you jerk. Jesus.
I'm like, what?
So,
I don't know,
Tree.
Ecto guy, because you were part of half of them. Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, the Learning Tree and the Rarefied Air of Jericho.
If that gets me
two
Richard
copies.
Holiday and AEW,
Yeah, that's
I'm
Richard
down with
Holiday's shtick, man. He better get somebody better say something to him. That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Yeah, so it's this last night he was really leaning into the heel douchebag Jericho. Before the shove even. And I do agree with Blair though. It would have been like, yo, that's my father. I'm gonna
take him out.
Run up to you right now. Because
Chips over fists, baby.
No. Hey, look, Pluggo, if someone stepped to you like that, I'd jump in there too. So I mean, like, just saying, you gotta protect your friends, you gotta protect your family. Like Vin Diesel.
You kind of looking Vin Diesel today with the V-neck and the bald. You got the Vin.
And now we have Jericho going for the FTW championship at Dynasty. That's what that resulted in.
And I know Blair is drive-by Blair today. He's got some stuff going on. I appreciate him hopping in for the 150. Why don't, since we have Blair here, and it'll be a perfect segue into what we're doing this weekend, let's give the people what they want. We hit 30 likes. Let's announce it. You want me to pull it up, or you want to pull it up?
I'll pull it up. You can announce it, big guy. I'll pull it
up. All right. At
LPW
25, we have Zoe Sager, your LPW Challenge champion, taking on our friend, our NFL expert, Rich King of the Rads. That's going to be a banger. Takes place on my birthday, April 26th, in Edmonton, Alberta, for LPW 25. Banger alert. So, Blair.
Yes.
What do you think of that match? And what do you tell the people where they can find you before you leave us?
I think that's going to be a very fun match. I love Rich, but I love Zoe too. So it's going to be tough. If you want to know who I'm going to pick, well, you're going to have to tune into the 4 Exposure preview show of LPW this weekend. Because, hey, I'm a bit of a tease sometimes. Just ask Mrs. Grainmaker. So,
not with that shirt on, baby.
She's out in Alberta right now. She's camping.
Oh, very nice.
I gotta send her some discreet selfies later. There
you go. You gotta keep the passion alive, people.
So make sure you're tuning in this Saturday, 5:30 Central Time, 6:30 Eastern, 4:30 Mountain Time. The 4 Exposure previewing the upcoming LPW show. You will not want to miss it. Congratulations on 150 episodes.
Who we got with us? Boris and Dash, the voices of LPW.
Big Tater and Lil Tot, the voices of LPW.
And we might have a surprise or two.
Of course we do. Of course.
We might.
Always.
Yeah.
If it's their heads on a swivel.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for popping in, Blair. We
Great
appreciate
job,
you,
guys.
friend.
Blair, love you. I love Blair. He's awesome. Go check out him at Grainmaker Pod. He's doing some really fun stuff on the independent wrestling scene. He's doing some announcing now. He's got some really fun interviews that just dropped. That Danny Leo one was awesome. Go check him out. I know you AEW guys, are haters, but I ran out of other Ben Stiller villains that she hasn't done. So that would be the 3. Which ones do you I'm stuck on this? I want to know, when you're beating Willow Nightingale's ass, which one are you going to go with? No touching of the hair or face.
Well, I mean,
no touching of the hair or face, of course.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that one. I think that would be the least one. The one that's least.
She's gonna Perkins-size Willow Nightingale.
That's a good one. Tony Perkins is a good one. But
anyway,
let's try. Yeah,
let's try to get back on track.
There was some other stuff. There was some other stuff that happened that I thought was good. That The Mariah May Deonna Purrazzo match was really good. I like the aftermath there with this time Thunder Rosa coming out to try to save Deonna Purrazzo. And Purrazzo is now saying, I don't need your help, where it was the other way around with Thunder Rosa saying, hey, I don't need your help. To me, this is eventually going to lead to, I think, like, again, I don't, the dynasty stuff, we'll talk about and whatever, but like, I think this is going to lead to a one-on-one match between Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, probably at Double or Nothing. I think that's probably where this is going, which is going to be great.
And if Tony wants to start silencing some of the haters and some of the doubters and some of the, I know that we have the one, the one women's matches. Do that. Give us a feud between two badass women on your roster, Deonna and Thunder, that don't have anything to do with the title. Just let them slug it out. Why not? Give me that. That gives you 3 women's matches on your Double or Nothing card. That's a start. Like that's the thing. That's my thing with Tony. It's like you're the guy on the internet. You're the internet guy. You're always on. You know what's happening. You say you got your ear to the grindstone. You have to know people want this. They want meaningful women's storylines that don't have to involve the title. Here's an opportunity that, Deonna maybe cost Thunder on Sunday at Dynasty, and it offshoots them into a program. We'll see what you do with Tony Storm. Mariah May, I think is the option that we, discussed earlier. And then you have the TBS championship, obviously, with Mercedes, Willow, Julia Hart. So here's an opportunity to showcase your women. And then you got Britt and Jamie Hayter coming down it's time to cook, Tony. It's time to cook.
Oh, I missed. We just talked about Jamie Hayter, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was looking at pictures of Ben Stiller. I didn't hear a word you guys said.
Wow.
Actually, I was looking at Ben Stiller also. I didn't know he he was in.
Am I the only one here not looking at pictures of Ben Stiller?
I was trying to find what role did he play in The Cable Guy?
He played the Cable Guy. He directed. He 100% directed The Cable Guy.
Was he in
directed The Cable Guy?
But he's also plays the Menendez brothers when they keep on going to the brothers who killed their parents. The trial that's like in the background of the whole movie. He played the.
Well, we don't need a reenactment of that.
My favorite thing about Between Two Beers is we've done this for 150 episodes. We masquerade as a wrestling podcast, but I don't think we are a wrestling podcast at this point. And I love when JPJ tries to steer into the ship, and everybody's like, "No, fuck it, Ben Stiller photos."
Yeah, I stay on course on Firmly AW.
I just try to do my damn job, and everyone's like, "No, we're talking about."
Today's Ben Stiller day.
I'm like, I don't talk about anything. Like, I will go along and I will be great.
But to my credit, I was able to tie it back to Chris Statlander's character arc.
That is fair.
You're welcome.
Would it be crazy if today was Ben Stiller's birthday?
It would be.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you look it up?
It's November 30th.
Okay.
Well,
Orange Cassidy had a nice match with Shane Taylor.
Yes, he did.
But what happened afterward, I liked a lot because Trent continues to be a savage.
Did it come off well on screen? Because we were pissed at old Trent.
It came off very well.
Good.
It came off very well. That was excellent. I like that a lot. I thought Trent throwing the chair. Was it Seidel? Because now they're fighting that Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christopher Daniels. He just whopped him over the head with the chair, and then he threw. It was. And Trent just like looking at Orange Cassidy getting his ass kicked and just being like, yeah. Like Trent's like, yeah, that's what I want. Savage. I thought that was good.
I was trying to get Sue. I wanted Sue. We want Sue.
I love Shane Taylor. All right. But other than that, man, I'll tell you what. I like his little group here. I think a go-go fits perfectly. I like the little group they're building there with those 3. But Shane Taylor, the way he talks shit. Oh, thing of beauty with the way he talks shit when he's wrestling. The main event you saw in the ring, Ospreay and Claudio, was just a work amazing, just amazing as you would expect. And I thought it was a good piece of business afterwards. Where
that was the star of the whole thing.
The Callis family gets involved.
Yep, last week, I was getting on their case for doing Okada random guy match that meant nothing and served no purpose. matches for the sake of doing matches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But while this was like a match that's like, why are these two fighting? This was why they were fighting. Because
Mhm.
it's telling you, okay, Osprey, it's a little, somebody else is doing this too on AEW, isn't it? Where like their group is kind of like they just did it with Best Friends.
Yeah.
So like, okay, I'm not okay with you doing this, beating somebody up that it was I'm sorry, it wasn't Best Friends. It was Collision last week with a Battle of the Belts with Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
I really like that a lot because that was this whole match wasn't for the match, as great as the match was. It wasn't for the match. It was for what was happening after to show. Oh, well, Osprey's not okay with the Don Callis family.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
That was good. It was really good. I thought it was well done, and I want them to lean into it more. He wasn't happy that the Don Callis family as a whole did it, but he was specifically not happy with Kyle Fletcher, which I think is something to lean into as well.
Because Osprey's getting cheered nonstop, and then the Don Callis family, it's just not working.
It's just not, yeah.
It's time for him to break away.
The story they'll tell, I think, probably starting after Sunday is going to be pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
All right, I know we only have a few minutes to talk about this. Obviously, Drew and I will get way more into detail about this on Sunday, and you can see me and Pluggo get more into detail about this on Saturday when we release our Between Two Beards pick'em with Tanner Lee. But that moment when Swerve jumped off the corner onto those security guards and landed on his feet and then went face to face with Samoa Joe, and then they started that moment. I said it on the thing. You guys were there live. I was losing my
It was nuts.
It was amazing. That was amazing. And then they beat the crap out of each other. Joe hits a muscle buster, standing tall. Joe has been a great champion. And I thought this was a great ending to the show. You had Swerve standing tall a week ago, Joe standing tall this week. I thought that whole segment, they had good interviews with Renee earlier in the show, each of them as well. Yeah. But I thought that ending segment with Swerve kind of doing that thing and him and Joe beating the crap. Oh, it was so good, guys. In the last couple minutes, it was so good. Drew, I'll kind of let you talk about it. I loved it. I thought it made Swerve look great and Joe look like he's going to keep his belt.
It was in that shot, of him jumping off and getting the security guards. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen him do.
Yeah,
honestly,
100%.
Like, he looks so badass doing that. And God, I hope he wins on Sunday. I really hope he wins.
I do too.
Oh, he better win. I swear, it's got to be. Not because we hate Joe, because Swerve's so good.
No, it's gotta be.
So good.
It's gotta be. All right. Obviously, we have the short hour tonight because right after us in a few minutes, Pluggo is going to be producing this show tonight. But we have the gang of 7. I know you're for a tough one for you, buddy. We have the gang of 7 joining Quizplex right after us. Again, want to thank you guys. 150, obviously, coming up on 3 years here. That's crazy. I don't think Pluggo and I ever thought we'd have that many episodes when we decided to try this thing out almost 3 years ago. Yeah. But the reason we're still here is because of you guys. And you guys still show up and you're in the chat and you're fun and you make this fun.
I'm very happy that you guys got to 150.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we're happy that you popped in for a little bit to talk a little bit of AEW Dynamite.
The fact that people put up with our controlled chaos is wild.
Wild.
Something.
Next week, we have our Between Two Beards draft extravaganza. We will be showing more on the socials about that, and I'm sure reaching out to some to try to see if anybody wants to hop on, be a part of the party. But Quizplex is going to be starting in just a few minutes here. Drew, let the people know quickly where they can find you on the socials and where they can find you. Me and Drew, obviously, like we said, Sunday morning, 10 a.m., firmly AEW. We're going to be diving in deep with AEW this week and previewing Dynasty. But let the people know where they can follow you, Drew.
Yes. Making it really simple. just follow me at the Drew Nicholas on Twitter. All my other stuff is there.
There it is, babes. Pluggo.
Boom. Well, you can find me at Pluggo on all social media platforms. You can find our show page, B2 Beards, on all social media platforms as well. For Exposure with Blair, like he talked earlier, 6:30 Eastern this Saturday. We're talking LPW 25, as we just announced Zoe versus Rich King. And yeah, just stay tuned to all the socials for what we got coming up.
Hell yeah. You can find me at JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms, including Twitch. You know where to find me on Thursdays at 8 p.m. right here with my man Pluggo. Sundays with Drew, 10 a.m. Same bat channel here, youtube.com/lovewrestlingca. Stay tuned for Quizplex. We'll be in the chat. Until next time, thank you all so much per usual. You know the drill. Wow. Unbelievable. Say hi to Sue.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. You know, get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Oh, or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves.